iOS 27 Beta 2 is out, and also along with iPadOS 27 Beta 2, macOS Golden Gate 27 Beta 2, visionOS 27 Beta 2, tvOS 27 Beta 2, HomePodOS 27 Beta 2, and WatchOS 27 Beta 2. So Apple had released this today, so let's take a look at all the new features and changes with that. So first we have the Apple Wallet brings a new Insights feature to bring to more regions for cards. So basically when you go into the Apple Wallet app on iOS 27 Beta 2, on top of the three dots when you go add a card, you'll be seeing a little like a little section that says like Insights. And when you click on the Insights section, you can add your card and you can see spending habits, your account, how much money you have in your account. You just like some insights on your bank account. So it's really nice, and you can add that on Apple Wallet. We also do have Write with Siri suggestion now popularized on iPhone and iPad software keyboard, replacing writer tools. So as we all know right now in iOS 26.5, we do have writing tools, which basically when you're writing like a text or whenever you're using a keyboard anywhere in iOS, you see like this little section that says writing tools, and yeah, you just click on it and yeah, you can just describe, proofread, and stuff like that, which I personally did like this. But now in iOS 27 Beta 2, when you're writing, you want to just make it better. I think you just it'll say like just a little section that says Write with Siri, and then the Siri will pop up from the dynamic island, and it'll basically just tell you, okay, yeah, what do you want? Like, you want to make it better, make it concise, and you'll just give you some suggestions. So it's the same thing, it's just in the dynamic island instead of being down there. So yeah, really nice. We have Siri and AI performance feels faster and for early testers. So I'm not gonna get any Siri AI features. I'm not gonna get any like developer beta, so I'm gonna try to get the public beta. But I wish I could test this out, but people are saying that the AI performance feels faster for early testers. So Brand Butch did make a video on iOS 27 Beta 2. So make sure to go watch his video, link it down in the description. But yeah, his video does show that the performance is slightly faster for Siri because he compares it from Beta 1 and Beta 2, so really nice. We have Siri's expressive voice preview now lists pace and expressivity as coming soon in Beta 2. So basically when you go into the Siri section, like in the Apple Intelligence and Siri section in settings, and you go down to adjust her tone, basically now it says like it's the expressive voice. Then for pacing ability now it says coming soon. Back then it just said like blurred out in Beta 1, but now it says coming soon, so it'll be coming soon in Beta 3, Beta 4, who knows, in the RC. So it'll be coming soon. We have now that iPhone mirroring now works between iOS 27 and macOS 27. So as we all know, back in macOS 27 Golden Gate, iPhone mirroring did not work at all. It was horrible. People were saying it was horrible, it did not connect, but now apparently if you update both devices to Beta 2 and iOS 27 Beta 2 and macOS 27 Golden Gate Beta 2, it should work now. So hopefully iPhone mirroring works. Make sure to test that out if you're gonna do it. We also do have that the Airpods Max 2 can now update firmware, resolving the known issue in Beta 1. So there was a known issue, you can now update the firmware. We also do have that the Apple Home app can now update the Apple TV 4K remotely, so that's really nice. So if you want to update your Apple TV 4K, you can go to the Home app and click update, and yeah, so kind of like how we have it with the Apple Watch. We have RCS and messaging now supports in-line replies, and so much more details are here. So basically in RCS messaging, when you're texting an Android user, now you can do like just reactions, like a smiling face, thumbs up, and yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, you can do that. We also do have that in macOS 27, Apple confirms that Airport Utility app is going away soon, so kind of sad that the Airport Utility app is away soon. I didn't know what the Airport Utility app is used for, so the Airport Utility app is no longer available on new downloads for the App Store. If you previously downloaded the app, you can still re-download it when using Airport Utility on iOS 27 and later. So what does Airport Utility? I'm really curious, what does the Airport Utility do? Okay, but apparently, so the Airport Utility is Apple's management app for configuring and monitoring the disconnected line of Wi-Fi routers. So you can like just monitor the Wi-Fi routers, which is really weird. I don't think you need that, so kind of good that Apple's removing that now. Think about it. Now we also have the iPadOS and iOS 27 Beta 2 release notes. So we do have a lot of known issues that Apple has with AirPlay, AirPods Max 2, and yeah. But here's some new features. We have App Intents. You can now paste parameter app and strong notes. It's just some code there. We have a lot of known issues, which is crazy. And yeah, we have resolved issues, known issues, still a lot because this is a beta 2, but yeah. So now we have for the upcoming releases. So today recording this is June 23rd, and that Apple released iOS 27 yesterday, June 22nd. So I personally think we'll still be seeing a 2-week schedule. So I think the next beta, which will be beta 3, will be probably sometime on the 6th or the 13th. So probably one of those weeks, the first week, because next week it's still gonna be June and gonna be July 1st on Wednesday. So this is gonna be June, July. So I think on July 6th, we'll be seeing the third beta. Possibly that same day or the next day, which will be the 7th of July, we'll be seeing the public beta. So it'll be the first public beta. So usually always does happen like in early to mid July, we do see the public beta. So after that, we'll just be seeing Probably, I think at that point we'll be seeing maybe one more 2-week schedule and then weekly schedule across July and August, and then the final release. I personally think it's always going to be the RC is always like during the Apple event, so it's going to be probably the 7th, the RC. I personally think the Apple is going to be the 7th, and the final release will either be on the 14th or the 21st of September. It's always in mid-September, so I think the final release of iOS 27 will be in mid-September. Now, if you should update, I haven't updated because I don't want to update, but if you should update, according to from Random Bunch and 95 Mac, they're saying that it's kind of still a beta, so people do keep in mind it is a beta, so beta means it's in testing, it's not meant for everyday use, but it's just it's in testing. So people are saying that maybe you could update, like if you really like are okay with bugs, it's gonna be slow, not the best by your life, it's a beta, you have to update like every once in a while. If you're okay with that, yeah, you should update, but it's honestly a really good update. I might even update on the public beta because I want to get a hand on those new Siri features, so yeah, I want to get that. So yeah, if you want to update, yeah, you should probably update some. It's a good update. Just if you want to update, make sure that you do a backup on iCloud, because if there's an issue in the betas, you can always just like restore your iPhone with the iCloud backup. I think you should know that by now, but like still, like if you want to update, do a backup via iCloud or do a backup with your Mac, so you can just like do a backup, and yeah, so now you can update, so that in case something bad happens, you can do a backup. But yeah, that's everything new, and I will be making a weekly tech news video this Saturday, coming on everything that new that we saw for tech this week, like we saw for the Steam price changes, which is crazy, and everything new of the news, and yes, some experience on more features on iOS 27 beta 2. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.